Hey everybody, how you doing, John?
Hi. Hello, Andrew. How are you, sir?
So here we are for Adobe Firefly Fun with me, Andrew, and John. Thanks everyone for being here. And just to summarize, we're going to be going over different things in Adobe Firefly Beta, Adobe Photoshop Beta, Adobe Express Beta, having fun. We're allowed to have fun, right, John?
It's mandatory fun. We will have this fun. Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to this.
Cool. So people are coming in. So let me remind you to let us know. Welcome. Let us know where you are watching from.
What, there's other people watching? Oh, this is great.
It's technically live.
Oh
We are
my
now live.
gosh. Oh, well, now would have worn a better shirt. All right.
I like that red. That's a nice Adobe red right there. You got
Adobe red. Well, pretty darn close, isn't it? Did that on
your
purpose.
Premiere pillow, your Adobe Creative Cloud
Yeah,
pillow.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, toeing the line here.
That's right. All right, people are coming in. So once again, welcome. Let us know where you're watching from. And for those who are watching from Facebook, please give StreamYard permission to show your name and profile pics so that I'll be able to credit you when you comment or ask questions. Underneath the live, just scroll down a little bit until you see the link for StreamYard.com/Facebook. Give that a click, give it permissions, jump on back. And let's see, Karen's here. Good. Good evening from Belgium. Now, Karen had brought up the fact that she hadn't been able to log into Firefly for a couple of days. So,
oh my goodness.
If you see anyone who maybe from Adobe who jumps in on one of the threads in the groups to answer that type of question, I can't log in, etc., do let me know so I can let her know. And anyone else who's listening, if you have solved that issue of not being able to log into Adobe Firefly, do let us know. Okay. So we got lots to go over. So let's jump on in.
Let's do it.
And did you want me to go first, John?
I think age before beauty, my friend. That would be me, I guess. No, I think
I'm older. Right?
Yeah, and that's not fair. How can you be better looking and have more hair?
ATL. What does ATL stand for?
This is why I can't stand you.
John, do you know what ATL stands for?
I think you're in the great city of Atlanta, Georgia. If I do,
okay, nice.
Okay, so I believe Eddie.
Great. Thanks for being here, Eddie.
Atlanta.
Maybe I'll go first. So I'll just move this over. And okay, so you can see Firefly, correct, John?
Indeed, indeed.
Okay. And I might have to, let's see, move my notes around here. Okay, so one, you get to firefly.adobe.com to get to Adobe Firefly. Adobe Firefly is at firefly.adobe.com. And I'm going to do text to image. And you can hear me, John?
I can hear you. You sound beautiful.
Sweet. Oh, so
sweet dulcet tones.
Okay, so first I want to give a little shout out to a friend. So I believe this is how you say his name, Jan Eric Frick from my AI art and digital art group. He gave me a few different prompts.
Sweet.
So thank you very much for that. I'm going to start off with the first one. So the first one is a dragon is melting into swirling glowing gel, fractal psychedelic colors and patterns, Vogue style, extremely cinematic, and photorealistic. So
wow.
Generate. Yeah, he's the real deal. He does some really great images. And so just a reminder for people, this is kind of what it takes to come up with some pretty cool images. You can say a dragon is melting into swirling glowing gel, but once you start adding the definitions like fractal psychedelic colors, patterns, Vogue style, extremely cinematic, etc., then you get images like this.
Wow.
So these are pretty damn cool.
Kerplam. I mean, there goes my hat. Woo! That's really cool.
Little favorite, a little download.
Yeah. That's a keeper. Well, hang that in our game room right there.
Yeah, nice, right?
Fit right in. With the Spider-Man poster.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, that's wicked.
This one too. Download.
Vogue style. I no, there's one that's some vernacular I wouldn't have come up with on my own.
Yeah, that you wouldn't think would fit in with like a dragon image, but
Yeah, right.
okay.
Fractal
So
psychedelic. Okay, I'm totally stealing that.
right, yeah, I'll send you some too. But
Yeah.
yeah, so here you are in the square aspect ratio. Just a reminder, you can go to the different kind of layout
Mm.
options, and then there's different style options. I'm just in the art option. Let me get out of that. But as you can see here, you can also choose graphic or photo. Have you noticed anything much different between graphic and art, though? I haven't really
I
noticed.
have not yet. Not really, to be
Here's
honest.
with photos selected, and then it's going to, I believe it's regenerating. Yeah. So it's not that much different. There might be slightly different details.
Interesting, but yeah,
Pretty
maybe,
cool though, yeah.
but still pretty fly.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because if I think if you use photo, they tend to reach out. It tends to reach out to Adobe stock as reference, but I
Right.
don't think there's many dragon photos for them to refer to.
Well, I saw one at the grocery store the other day. I said, "Man, I wish I had my camera." But, no.
See a lot of dragons in Texas, right?
Yeah, well, that's why it's so hot here. It's all the dragon breath.
That's right. Dragon breath.
That and all the barbecue.
So that was fun, little beginning. Yeah, so Eddie's saying,
Nice start.
yeah, Atlanta.
Yeah, it makes my prompt look paltry and downright laughable by comparison.
So shall I share your screen, John?
Yeah, let's try it. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. I have been using a lot of the messing around with the panels. You have the options there on the right-hand side. Here, here's one right here that I just was messing around with.
Right.
So you start with that, and that's great. You get probably some interesting results, and
Right.
not too bad. But then
Blade Runner-ish there, right?
yeah.
Esque.
So I'm going to start here, shot from below, and I'm also going to make it, let's see, go to none. And I like using, so you have all these styles here and your options on the right. See,
Nice.
and I like just going crazy with these. I'll go to all, and I like seeing everything. Yeah. So we have synthwave, and let's see, what did I do? Cyberpunk. I know there's a cyberpunk option. There it is. Boom.
That'd probably go well.
Hyper realistic is another one. You can always put these in your prompts, but sometimes you get different results if you use the panel over here on the right side. So why not use them?
And then just a reminder, after you click on them, you do have to hit the generate button again. Correct?
You're right. You got to regenerate it, which, but I'm not done yet. I'm going to go bioluminescent.
Oh, he's adding more.
And iridescent just because, woohoo. It's crazy. And I guess the heat must be getting to me.
Woohoo.
Generate that. See what happens.
Cool.
All right. And
they need to have a Firefly flying around when it's, generating. So
that would be nice. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, different color scheme now.
Interesting. Right. Yeah, because I changed some of the things here. I like changing the aspect rate. And this one here, since I kind of have like a tall thing going, maybe it would be interesting to see it in portrait mode. Let's see what happens. Dun, 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 and boom. Hey, not too bad. Interesting.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like the purplish pink tone.
Looks like a monk, like a
make sure you download some of these.
Cyber monk. Cyber monk. I just made up that word.
Right, John? Make sure you download some of these.
I am gonna, yeah, here we go. Downloading that sucker. Here we go.
Cool.
Desktop. There it is. Ta-da. Do I like this result? I like this result. So I'll go ahead and rate that result.
Yeah, rate it.
And
thumbs up.
This guy's neck looks like he maybe need a little help, but I like everything else about it. So I mean, you
can fix that in Photoshop.
Yeah. That is true. We do have Photoshop, ladies and germs. So there's that. And I was having fun. That's my first one. I've got more, but back to you, Andrew. I know you've got like a whole plethora. I want to see some more.
Yeah. So Jan Eric gave me some more. So I'm going to grab another one. So similar to what I did in the last live, I want to first see what happens if I do it quickly in Firefly, and then what happens if I do it in the Photoshop beta. So I'm going to do that, and then maybe when I'm in the Photoshop beta, also do a little generative fill.
Oh,
So let me move this over.
I was hoping we would get to generative fill today.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a little bit, but I think you might have some other tricks up your sleeve too.
Maybe,
Right?
maybe one or two.
Okay, so here's a new one. Weird translucent flowers standing beside a wizard and an elf. Sky with pink clouds, colorful birds, sunlight gleaming, Vogue style again, extremely cinematic and photorealistic. And here we go. Hit generate.
It's going to be great.
Pretty cool though.
That is interesting. Oh.
So the thing I always like about the AI stuff like this though is sometimes the details can be a little simple and the hands are weird, the face is distorted, but it's very suggestive. It's almost like if you had an abstract painter and they wanted to do a simplified version of a scene, they would do these type of kind of gestures. It would
I'm curious, Andrew, what you would get if you did none or art. If you would get, I mean, I know you'd obviously get a different result, but I mean, how different would it be?
I'm just going to download a couple and then I'm going to try that too. So, okay. So yeah, so we're in photo. So let me try art instead. I believe it's generating. Yeah. Regenerating like Wolverine. So yeah, it's still that kind of artistic, like where faces aren't and the bird is like not that realistic, but
yeah, I love the colors and just the whole vibe.
But the thing that's interesting about Firefly that I like though is it really is different than say Midjourney. So if you took that same prompt and you put in Midjourney, it might be very ultra realistic. Whereas you put it here, it's kind of creative, more creative and painterly. So I like that as well. So
artistical.
We call it artistical. Call it what?
Artistical here in my neck of the woods.
I will, since I'm curious, I'm going to jump over to my Photoshop beta.
Yes, here we go.
And once again, let me remind everyone while I'm here in beta without any image, if you go to your Creative Cloud app, which you can see here, just remember that you have the home, apps, files, menus up top. You go to apps, then go to updates. Mm-hmm. Always do check for updates.
Oh, yeah.
And then you'll get the most updated versions. And then on the left, you scroll down to the beta apps. And so as you can see, I have Photoshop beta and it says open because it's already installed. But if it had it listed as Photoshop beta and you needed to install it, you'd see an install button on the right. So just install it. And then of course you may have to go to your folder, your apps folder, and drag it into your dock, or I'm not sure what they do on a PC, maybe right click and say add to some type of dock or something. But that's how you get the Photoshop beta. So here I am, and then I have a series of actions I've created. So I can just say, maybe I'll do 2048. I'm just going to call it wizard, knowing I'm going to use that type of prompt. It's just a black square. And then here's that contextual taskbar, which I will then move over to the right and pin so it's not in the way. And then what I'm going to do is the minute I do a Command A to select all, you can see a little bit of the marching ants around the image. And then I'll bring it back. The contextual taskbar says generative fill. And I say yes, click on it. And it says describe what you'd like to generate. I just paste in that same prompt, weird translucent flower standing beside a wizard and an elf, etc. Hit generate. And then the properties panel is open already. That's where you will see 3 different variations of it. So it's similar to that kind of painterly style, but yet it's different though. In fact, very colorful, right?
Yeah.
It's large too.
Interesting.
I guess maybe because I have a 2048 sized canvas or document.
Yeah. I wonder if not only canvas size, but aspect ratio.
Right. So I'm going to just, where's my actions? And I'm going to just do a Instagram size. Just see if that brings up something different. You can see it's smaller.
I like your colorful actions panel, by the way.
You like that?
In fact,
Years and years.
yeah, one would say that those are it's very loud, which would make sense because actions speak louder than words.
Didn't.
Okay, I'm done. Goodbye. Sorry about that.
Give that man a raise.
No,
All right, but yeah, it's just kind of color coded. I don't think they're colorful enough.
it needs more. I was going to
But
say,
yeah, so just in general, year after year, I've kind of built these up, and so the top ones are different kind of art sizes. So
Cool.
the top one's a large, almost 32 inches, 80 centimeters if you're in Europe, for like print size. And then there's 1080 by 1080 Instagram. I even have like a sized for reels and shorts if I want to make a vertical type of image. And then banner images, and I'm always putting in the groups. And then the 2048 by 2048 art is kind of usually better quality than the 1080 by 1080 for especially Facebook. And then the other ones are just kind of like workflow, production, actions. And the high pass sharpen I like. And I've got a little trick. It probably won't work well for the image I'm about to create now, but I might go over it real quick. So let me just put in that prompt. So that same one about the wizard, and I hit generate. And now this is 1080 by 1080. So I think this might be a little bit more detailed.
Oh yeah, maybe.
It's similar. It's still kind of taking up majority of the screen. It's amazing how different these are than from other apps when you put the same prompt in.
Yeah.
But say I'm here and wanted to show other ways that you can use, generative fill. So if I'm here and I grab my lasso tool, and I make a selection, like say here, maybe I'll even go over that bird. You just click on generative fill. It asks you to describe what you like to generate. Maybe I'll just type in dragon. Hit generate. Just curious. I'm also curious if it'll take on the same kind of color theme. So kind of pinkish, orange, purple.
Not only that, but the direction of the lighting too.
Here's the butt shot of the dragon. The dragon's flying away.
Yeah, dragon butt. Very tasty, by the way.
That looks cool. I like that one.
Looks
Look at that one.
Really cool. Yeah. I guess
so then I might just save this.
Yeah.
Wizards. I'll just say put it in my today folder, and then I can come back. But
yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And what's great is it puts it on a separate layer. So if you want to, move it or do other things to it, then you can certainly do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it creates a new layer for every generative fill, which is nice. And then it has a built-in layer mask. So you can kind of paint out certain areas. And I didn't, like I said, the image wasn't, realistic enough for what I wanted to show. But one thing I've learned is helpful is you do a somewhat realistic portrait or something with a lot of definition, AI art, and then you bring it into Photoshop. And then if you go to sharpen, you can create a new layer to compare. But if you go to sharpen and you choose smart sharpen, and the default is set to motion blur, it does a great job at taking some of the what I would call overly slightly blurred or just kind of soft images that you get in AI art and brings a sharpness to them.
Well, so it's a great tip.
It reads the image, and because it thinks it has a motion blur, it makes it sharper and kind of takes away. So that's a little tip.
Hear that, kids? That's a great tip. Thank you. Ding! That's a freebie, folks.
Let's share John's screen. And,
there's my screen. How embarrassing. I'm looking at Firefly right now. Nice. Nothing going on here, folks. No, let's see. What else can we do? Speaking of generative fill, you want me to play around a little bit with generative fill? I mean,
yeah, generative fill. Or did you want to do the steps that you were talking about that Rob had created? Or
man, yeah. Put me on the spot here, but I'm going to give it a shot. So Rob DeVinter is the
right. So you got to go back to Photoshop for that one. Yeah,
giving him some props for that because
thanks, Rob.
Yeah, thanks, Rob, for this tip here. Let's see. What do I have right now? I've got, let's do something square. I'll just do, not too big. Maybe too big. Doesn't have to be so big.
2048.
And I got 300 DPI because I guess the last thing I did was 300 DPI. But let's just do something like that.
Cool.
Now, help walk me through this, Andrew. I think the first thing I need to do is I need to create is it a solid color that's like so I'm creating a solid color here, in case you're wondering, folks, right there. And it needs to be gray. Is that right?
No, that's what you do. Like you paint
Okay.
the scene how
Yes.
you want it. So like as an
Okay.
example, it was like, beige for the sand, blue for the sky or ocean.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
then he did like a brown for, the plane.
Okay.
And then he created a layer that was set to, I'm not sure if it was 50% gray and maybe set to overlay or something.
Okay.
And then he typed in the prompt, which would be like, beach with blue sky and airplane.
All right. So I'm going to get a brush here. I'm just going to get like a standard uh, round brush here.
Okay.
And I think what I'm going to do is I'll um, bump up the hardness just a bit,
Cool.
quite a bit actually. Let's see if we can do like
Like grass or something, right?
yeah, I'm just kind of trying out something here. Okay, okay.
And then is it going to be sky on top?
Yeah, I want sky on top. So behind that layer, I think I'll make some blue.
No, I think it was one layer though.
Oh,
So
it needs to be one layer. Okay.
yeah, the whole thing was painted on.
Right. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm used to doing just multiple layers. I gotta like
Yeah, exactly. We're so
swipe
used to
myself
like,
out of that. Okay, so I'm gonna merge that down. It's gonna be one layer. So you see, I've got that down
cool.
like that. Okay. So let's try, yeah, sure. Blue sky smiling at me.
Sweet.
Nothing but blue sky. Okay, so
Nice blue.
yeah, sure. Now, do I want to put how detailed do I need to make
So
this here?
no, I think it was just kind of a
It's pretty
general
simple.
shape and orientation of what area you want it to be at for the plane. But it could be a plane or it could be something else that you want to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We can do a plane. Let's see, or a train, or an
It was kind of like
automobile.
a darkish brown color he used, I think.
Yeah. Oh, for the plane. For the plane.
Yeah, for the plane. Yeah.
For the plane. Yeah. Okay.
Plane,
I was
plane.
thinking of like I guess I was thinking American Airlines. I don't know. um, I don't know something.
Yeah, like that. There
Something
we go.
around that neighborhood there. Okay. So, hola amigos. Hola. ¿Qué tal?
Sweet.
All right. Yes, I'm a white boy. All
So
right.
yeah, so make a very thin plane.
Yeah, it needs to be much thinner than that, I guess, huh?
No, it's good. I was gonna say make it bigger, maybe even.
Oh, bigger? Yeah, why
Yeah.
not? We'll make it bigger.
Yeah, it could be coming in.
Coming in for landing.
That's right.
We're at final approach here at Alex Fort Worth Airport. Okay, there's my terrible plane. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so all right, there it's all one layer. Okay, now
So then I think he did create a new empty layer,
new empty layer. Okay,
and I can't remember if it was filled with 50% gray or 70% gray, and then maybe set to overlay or something.
Let's see. Okay, and then let's do that.
Yeah, exactly. Solid.
And then we're just
It is 70%. So
70%. Okay. Let's see here.
And whoever wrote 70% of that, is that 70% gray or is it 70% opacity? I think it's 70% gray, though.
Okay.
Let
Yeah,
us know.
well, I'm gonna have to play around with this, I guess. And let's see.
It's new. It's new. So
Yeah. We're just experimenting here, like ladies and gentlemen.
and is it set to overlay? I think it's set to
overlay. Okay.
Yeah.
So it changes the color a bit, but so then now I wonder, was the opacity 70%?
I think it's 70% gray or something.
Yeah, just leave it at 100%. All right.
Okay. And then from there, then you go to select all and then do the generative fill and then type in, I guess, green.
Oops, my bad. There we go.
Green grass, blue sky, airplane.
Yeah. Green. How about meadow? Can we do meadow?
Sure. With blue sky and airplane.
Airplane. Flying overhead. Yes, or just an airplane. Just let's see what happens. See what happens. All right, here we go. It's gonna be disastrous. I don't know.
So I think what'll probably happen is in the future they'll have it so almost like a mask that has that red ruby lith kind of color.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Well,
see, so it did work.
All right.
So as you can see, it's balanced between
Mhm.
how much green, how much sky, and the basic placement of the plane. Excellent.
But it did the job. It did what I
Yeah.
asked it to. It just said, okay, here you go. I mean, wow, who could ask for more?
And so yeah, so in his properties panel, he can click through and see the different variations. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then,
So yeah, the main thing is that the 70% gray, 70%, yeah, medium gray fill.
I like the sky and the grass in this one, but the plane is kind of derpy. But anyway, yeah, I mean, mission accomplished. That's fantastic. Yay. Okay.
Nice. Well done. Well done.
I think I'm going to, I'm going to save this for future reference here. And fill. Try. There you go.
Oh, one. Cool.
Yeah, out of many.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yay.
Okay,
pretty neat, guys.
So maybe what I'll do is jump into Adobe Express.
Ooh.
And then maybe we'll start asking people for some prompts.
Absolutely.
So add to stream, which is that, but then I want to go to my other window. There we go. So you see Firefly, but then if I click on that tab, you see Express Beta, correct, John?
That's right. You got it. You're there.
So Adobe Express Beta, which you can get at new.express.adobe.com. And so as you can see, there's all the different templates that you can choose from, but also just by scrolling down just a little bit, you see text to image, text effects. So for text to image, I'm going to grab a new one that I have, which is Phantasmal Iridescent Elf, Psychedelic Style, Sunlight Gleaming, Extremely Cinematic and Photorealistic. It generates.
I like these prompts.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Inspired to try that. Very cool. Wow.
And then as you scroll down, you'll see the different results. You just click through.
Got some depth of field going on there.
Yeah, pretty nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So since we did this very easily in Adobe Express Beta, first thing I want to do, because I always forget, is I always leave it untitled at the top left. So I'm not going to do that. So
I'm bad about that too. I forget.
I'm going to call it psychedelic.
And in addition to that, always name your layers too.
I don't think you can name layers on Express though.
No, but I mean, I'm just, you
get in the good habit of it.
You get the habit, man. I tell you, save your life.
So here's my image, and then pretty cool.
Yeah.
So since I'm already in Adobe Express Beta, just go over to text, and I could do a text effect. So let me first try that. So just remember the top part is not what you put down for the text. So that's saying, tell us what you want it to look like.
Right.
And then now when you're in the beta version, when you're in your text bar, I guess you could call it, then you can type in phrase. And it gets taken over. Not sure if it's the most readable, so I'm going to see what other view all under sample effects.
Dragon skin.
Gold chip. Where's dragon skin?
Dragon skin. Go down one more.
Right there.
I don't know.
So a dragon skin of texture effect.
Oh,
that's kind of cool though, right?
As delivered, as advertised. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's too much to ask with these, but when you have these kind of presets, it would be nice that once you choose the dragon skin, then you get some different options of like color combination. Like I would kind of want to add a bit more purple and blue, even though it's pretty cool.
Mm.
And then let's see. So go to text, and I can just say add your text, and it adds just kind of like a block of text as well.
Mm-hmm.
So meet
the elf.
Meet the elf, like the goddess elf.
Meet what's a good elf name? I don't think Galadriel, but she looks a little darker than Galadriel. So meet Susan. Susan the elf.
Meet
Queen Susan.
Elves. Queen of the elves.
Yeah. At Comic-Con this weekend.
That's right. And so this is regular text. And then you'll see that you have your options here on the left. First is a series of recommended. So you have all different kind of font styles.
That's pretty neat. They give you these nice recommendations. Oh, look at that.
Cursive, thin. I kind of like the bold one, though.
So these are all from Adobe fonts, right?
That's right. Adobe fonts.
Yeah. And there is a huge catalog.
And I can also click here and then kind of scroll through and get a That's a little. I kind of like the one I'm in though. So you can change the style if they have that in that family of a particular font, and then of course you can change the size of it right here, or you can go to the bounding box and kind of resize that way.
I don't know if I want to meet that elf there. I mean, one false word and
yeah, right.
I'm a toad.
So I'm going to go to custom. Yeah, and then I'll maybe play with
the
blues and then do like a drop shadow or something.
Drop shadow, yeah, you read my mind.
And then another thing to be aware of is besides, the fill and then going down to shadow as such, there's also the theme menu up here. So if I change the theme, it gives me all these kind of preset groupings. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might say,
if you're color challenged, like some people I know that wear a Sony hat and red shirt.
Cool. But go back and then I'll do a shadow. So different styles. So classic. And
one-click options there. Bloop.
Yeah, one-click options. I just click and it gives me custom. So I tend to like to go to custom though, and then just kind of change.
I do too.
How much blur do I want?
We're control freaks.
That's right. I noticed that 125 is a good angle for a lot of shadows.
I agree. I like that too because it's coming from
pulling down the distance, so it's not it's being more readable text.
Yeah, it's not quite so in your face.
Yeah. Meet the queen of the elves.
Unless you're going for in your face. I guess that's whatever. Hey.
And then I'm going to go back to the fill, hit custom, and then I think I'm going to try to make it a little bit brighter. Yeah. Queen of the elves.
Queen of the elves. Sheba, queen.
I don't know if this makes sense now if I'm saying meet the queen of the elves and it just says elf.
It says elf.
But it's a good example of what you can do.
It's a great example. You're doing
goodbye. And then so I have this. I'm going to put it here. And then one thing I really like is the new animation features.
Oh, yeah, right.
Say animation. I can say in. So if I click on drift, that's the drift effect.
Oh, yeah.
Drop effect. And you can change the speed, which I'll get to. But fade, flicker, that's a little weird. Grows, kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. It's fun.
Pop. Rise. Kind of like rise. So if I click on rise, first you have a duration, so you can set how long it takes for it to kind of appear and then sit stable.
Dramatic, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's personality. So I like soft and smooth.
Soft and smooth? Who doesn't?
But okay, behave, everybody, behave.
All right. All right.
Soft or smooth, it's kind of the transition is nice. Whereas, like if you say strong, it's too fast, I think. So I'm just going to say smooth.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you also see that you can choose direction. So Mine is kind of coming up from the bottom, which I like. But once again, I can click here for the preview. Comes up. I think it might be a little too close to the edge, so I'm just gonna click on it and then just move it in just a little bit. And then I bring this back here, and you'll notice it says 5 seconds in the corner. If I think that's too long, I can always go to the end of, I turn on show layer timing as well, and I can go to the end, and then I drag it from 5 seconds to maybe 3.5. Do they give you that? One more. There we go. And I just move this back for preview. Click that. Yeah. So that's pretty solid. Psychedelic elf made with Adobe Express Beta. And jump on back.
Beautiful work. I love it.
It's fun, right?
You can do animation now, which I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I think it's great. Actually, we're democratizing just design in general. So excellent. I think it's a great thing.
I guess Jojo was asking, will you be demonstrating tips and tricks on using beta on actual photos?
Gentlemen.
That's right.
Okay. Who? I don't know. Whatever.
But yeah, it's more like we're showing the creative, we're having fun with it. So it's not really, like a retouching or something. But in general, the beta aspects we would like to show, say with Photoshop beta, would be with generative fill. And so the first example that John just showed, setting up with that simple painting, and then it showed the layout with the generative fill prompt. I thought that was great. And John, do you have any photos that you could bring in and then add some elements since this guy?
No, Andrew. Sorry. No, actually, I do. I do.
So I will now share your screen.
Well, why not? Let's do it. Okay, in the middle panel, you'll see there's an option for generative fill. And oh boy, here's where some of the fun begins. You can take an existing image that they have here, or really have some fun with this. And you see I have mine here, which I have lovingly entitled Idiot. Oh, look, it's that guy. So just a selfie I took a little earlier, and I thought we could play around with this.
I like the building.
We have a lovely place. We do. So what I'm going to do here, we have some options: add, subtract, brush settings, background. Background. If I did background, give it a second, it would just get rid of all that. But yeah, I don't
literally 1 second and it deletes the background for you. Nice.
Yeah, and of course I don't know if it's because I don't have any hair, but it made a beautiful selection around me. So
nice.
There's that. But I think even if I had like crazy flyaway hair, it still does a really pretty impressive job. So let's add something to this. And I don't know. I was kind of thinking about what I'd add here. Oh, let's see what my brush settings are. Brush settings. Yeah, that's fine. That's all right. Good. Maybe I like to
zoom in a little bit. Show people.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Hard to see.
There we go.
So yeah, you can adjust your brush size or the hardness. Like you put it to the left here, and it's going to be like really soft and mushy. And if you do it all the way to the right, it's going to be like a real fine edge.
Great.
And opacity is just like how well it blends with the existing image, basically.
Nice.
So if you do it 50%, it's only going to.
Always good to have options, right, John?
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
So let's clear that. Okay. So let's go back up here. I want my opacity to be 100%. Maybe make the brush a little bit bigger. I don't know. I thought it'd be funny. I'm kind of looking off in this direction. Maybe
something's up there.
If we put something up here, maybe something little here and here. And I don't know. There could be some kind of rascal up there messing with
a large cat. Maybe a large cat.
I don't know. Stop reading. Get out of my head.
See the tail hanging down.
Tiger. Oh, so what if I just type tiger? And what are these options here?
You might say too short of a prompt or something.
It might be. Sometimes it fusses at you if you have.
Give it a try.
That prompt is too short. Well, that's okay. I understand. They like descriptive top prompts, but so what I did here, I clicked on this little guy here.
Sliders.
Yeah, which takes you over to this.
How much?
I got my Honey app is intruding on that. Sorry about that, folks.
That's all right. Doesn't bother me.
Preserve content or that. I'm just going to stick with the default settings.
That Honey app has a heartbeat, though. Oh, look at that.
It does. It's like, click me. I'm not going to do it. I'm not clicking on you. Okay, so I think I'm just going to leave it for now like it is, and I'm going to generate.
Sure. See what it does.
See what happens. Did it keep my tiger prompt? I didn't even look.
It did.
Okay, good.
I think it's just generating. It does the flashing gray.
Oh,
wow, that's pretty cool. Well, look at that one. That one's a good one. Man.
Pretty good. I was kind of hoping that
the second one's really good. It looks like it's like looking down at you, and
you're looking at it like
looking up at him.
Fresh meat.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So yeah, pretty good.
Pretty cool.
Pretty good.
So make sure to download that top right.
Yeah. Should I? Let's see. That's pretty good. Maybe I was thinking like you could probably Photoshop in like don't feed the tiger or something, but no, I think that's good. What
you can do is the bottom right. You could make a selection and put something else there.
Oh yeah, can do that. All right.
That corner exactly.
Done over here. I can have like a. So maybe have
something on your shoulder.
Spelling's terrible. Is that right? I spell parrot right?
Yeah.
2 R's, 1 T.
2 R's, 1 T.
7 O's and a silent Q. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay.
Floating in space.
Okay. So, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, look at that.
It's a miniature macaw, but I'll take it. In this instance, you can tweak this all day long, of course, but I like that. That's good. Oh, wait a minute.
Cute.
What if
you need a hat or something?
Something I've wanted for a very long time.
Full head of hair. Afro.
Let's see, afro. I don't know if I want an afro, but
we'll see.
Now I wonder if it's going to keep my color. I didn't specify a color here, so
I always wonder how much like it's going to read. Back in the 70s disco days,
that's maybe a little more.
Yeah, does it give you a little gray hair and a little brown hair in that one?
That's pretty good. I don't know, but that is pretty hard to beat. I am keeping that right there because that is just beautiful. I mean. So I think that's probably. I think that's. You
got to post this to the AI art and digital art group.
Oh, maybe. Oh, you think this is worth social media? I don't know, but
I think it's fun though.
I think it is
from today's live events. Right?
It is fun, and I mean, yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, Joe, just was lots of fun. Thanks for the examples. Definitely loving the afro.
Isn't it great, JoJo? I think it's lovely too, but I appreciate you for saying. So anyway, throwing it back to you, Andrew, because
pretty cool.
I think I've done quite enough.
So here's another one. I got another prompt. I'm just wondering how it'll take. So I'll go back to Firefly and share my screen. So this one is elf. So we got like elf is the theme, wizards and elves.
Okay.
Elf,
yeah. Dragon. Ooh, yeah. I love it.
Cool.
Big Lord of the Rings fan.
Yeah, exactly. It's that kind of fantasy. Okay. So elf giving a black rose to a goblin. Dewdrops in deep red, dark marble on the dark marble on the ground. Sunlight gleaming, extremely cinematic and hyper realistic.
Cool. I can't wait.
I'm a visual guy. I can't read all that stuff, you know.
No, you really are.
Pretty crazy.
It's great. Interesting. Okay. So
it's like I said, it's very painterly, right?
So that one, it interpreted the wizard as an elf. That's cool. Still like it.
Well, elf giving a black rose to a goblin, so it's like the goblin.
Elf giving. I don't know why. Yeah.
The goblin is giving the rose to the elf instead of elf giving a black.
That's okay. I mean,
here they're like wrestling over it.
I love the backlighting.
Here's like a king wizard or something showed up.
I present to you the magical rose. All right, thanks.
Pretty crazy. Okay, so while I'm here in Firefly, since we're having fun here, and Karen's in the mix here,
Oh, right.
Karen or anybody else want to give me a prompt to type in something
Throw
fresh?
something out. This will be good. Keep it family friendly, though. I'm just kidding. Don't keep it family friendly. No, keep it family friendly.
No, make it too advanced because
No NSFW here.
I might have to type it out as opposed to copy and paste. Don't be shy now.
Yeah, it's good. Otherwise,
people watching live
we might be left to our own devices, and you know how that goes.
They're either not giving me a prompt or they're taking the time to type it out.
I think so.
Come on, people. Any prompts?
Here, while we're waiting, I've got one that I got some interesting results from. Oh, okay. Here we have one.
Oh, I like that. That's fun. Wizard eating green tea ice cream. I enjoy.
Nice.
Wizard. So
okay.
Type that in here.
Green tea ice cream. Don't tell me that's a thing.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, I love it. Green tea ice cream, and there's mochi and
okay, mochi. Really?
Yeah, green tea ice cream.
I have to check that out.
This Japanese grocery store in Los Angeles.
Nice.
Little cups with a wooden spoon. Oh, that's interesting. So that went right to art. So it's very kind of cartoonish. Let's see what happens if I switch over to photo.
Oh.
Switching over to photo. Generating. Oh, that's interesting. Look at wizard looks very human though.
Yeah, it does.
Except for this one, but he looks like he's in a wizard costume. This reminds me of, what was that name of the it came out during the holidays all the time and you could put your own face on it, animations.
Oh, Jib Jab.
Jib Jab, right? Doesn't it remind you of Jib Jab?
Kind of looks like a Jib Jab because the proportion. Yeah,
exactly. Kind of cartoony, kind of realistic mix.
And the mouth, just the mouth would move.
Looks like a green tea microphone. I'm gonna try something different. Wild wizard. This is a nice one. Oh, this is interesting. They look kind of evil here, though. Look at the face.
Oh boy, so that's what happens when you have too much of that stuff.
Put in the word wild.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there you go. Wild wizard.
I'm not the best typist, but let's see.
Yeah. Epic portrait of Venetian harlequin, female, in pastel stripes. In pastel stripes of coral pink, comma, mint green.
Pastel stripes, yes.
Coral pink, comma, mint green, comma, powder blue, comma, intricate embellishments. I like it.
Mint green.
Powder blue. Or power blue.
Power to you. Power blue.
BLUE.
Embellishments.
Go back and there you go.
French spelling. Intricate embellishments.
Embellishments. Okay.
I finally typed it in. Okay, epic portrait of Venetian harlequin female on pastel stripes of coral pink, mint green, powder blue, intricate embellishment. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah, looks very nice as a photo too, right? It's pretty realistic.
It really does. Wow. So that is interesting. So I am going to explore these. When you're very descriptive in your prompts,
I'm just clicking art just to
way more interesting results.
Yeah, thank you, Karen. Very nice.
You and your imagination.
And these are quite good as illustrations too. I like these.
I do too.
I think I like the illustrations even more. Wow, that's cool.
Interesting.
Download these. Maybe
Kind of freaky, but cool. Digging it.
yeah, it's creative.
Very.
Very cool.
Okay. Bravo.
So yes, back to John. So share your screen, John. What do you got?
Yeah.
What do you got up your sleeve, John?
I'm tapped out right now. Let's see what we got here. I got text to image. All right. Let's see. Oh, this one here. This is kind of interesting one, and I just wanted to give a quick shout out, real quick.
Do you want to click?
To Ian Sayers, who obviously came up with this one. I saw he posted something like this, and I wanted to try to copy it.
Cool.
So let's see if I can somehow
type it out.
Type it out. Okay. So I used a short prompt.
Robert.
Robert. Yeah, Robert. Yeah.
That's Robert.
That's my prompt, Robert. See what happens. I wonder what happens. And see, it fusses at you if your prompt is too short.
Robot.
Look at that little
prompt is too short. Angry owl will get you.
Yeah, he's upset with me. But I'm not done with this here. So
Robot B.
But I want it to be a photo, and I want it to be let's see, steampunk, and I want it to have studio.
There's so many cool. What about like wood carving or something nice like that? Give it some texture, right?
I want to play with some of that like line art and the paper textures and stuff. Wow, not what I expected there.
Yeah, that's different. Robot B.
If you do,
it may be more descriptive. So, busy robot B with and then describe like something in the background.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. A giant flower gives a nice setting.
Maybe, or it could be nightmare.
Cool.
Oh, not bad.
I like the bottom right one a lot. Click on that one for larger view.
Yeah, there's a keeper.
Yeah, download
that mother.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. This one's interesting. He's looking back like, hey, I'm working here.
The things I like with this is they give you a series of 4. If you download them, then you can, bring them into like Photoshop or Express and make like a little slideshow type movie.
For sure.
Probably what I'll do afterwards to remind people to check out the recording.
Yep. There you go. And I don't know. You can keep going. I mean, you can hit that button more than once.
Can you try though just because I'm curious with the busy robot B on a giant flower? Can you click on the wood carving option under materials? I'm just curious.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
And then hit generate.
Yep. Yeah. See what happens. Now I wonder if it'll just ignore some of the prompts. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. It's okay. Just replace it.
It's interesting how like only one will say that, but those are pretty cool. It's nice. You said wood carving, but it what it looks like? It looks like 3D, like 3D art.
Yeah, that is
fascinating. Pretty cool though.
So I can see how it. Yeah, I could see how it took the wood carving, didn't completely ignore it. Actually, it gave it an interesting texture. I actually like that. Okay.
So the lesson to learn is
listen to Andrew.
Explore. Keep exploring all the different options.
Let's try. Metal.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I want to see that.
I don't know, because I'm a big metal fan. I don't know about you guys, but
So the heavy metal.
Definitely. Oh, hey. She was a fast,
more metallic
motor clean. Okay. Pretty cool.
The robot B is a bit more metallic.
A little shinier, carapace going on there. Very cool. I love
nice.
That. Love it.
You know what would be good though? Feature or request that I would have is when you have a series of 4 like this, it'd be good if there was a button that popped up when you hovered at the top and it said download all 4.
You know what? I think that's a very reasonable request.
Yeah. I think that having to click each one independently is a little more time consuming.
I think that's a great feature. Yeah, just somewhere.
These are nice series, though. I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, not too
And
bad.
have you noticed if you type in your prompt
Mhm.
and then you go up to the top and you hover,
Mm.
you do that so I can remember what the name of the things. So go to the top. Yep. Hover on there. And then you click on the heart for your favorites. Do you
Sure.
know if it then does keep, like if you go to view favorites? Okay,
I'll
now
have 3
if you click
favorites.
on the B on the left,
Uh-huh.
pig with the businessman pig is quite good. So it does keep it, and then you can click on try prompt. Can
Yeah.
you click on the pig one? That's quite good though.
Oh, yeah, right? I don't know what I was thinking when I came up with interesting. It
Narrow
kept
depth of
all of
field.
my other, like, my panel settings: photo, studio lighting, narrow depth of field.
Wow.
So, okay, sometimes you don't always get the best results, but that's why sometimes we can try again. It's not bad. I don't know what's going on down here. What is that, a duck? I don't know. What is that? But you can go into
And
Photoshop and just kind of, like, fill that. You can always go into generative fill too.
it's weird though. The third one from the left, if you click on
That's
that,
horrible. No, don't
the
wanna look.
mouth is a little
What
strange.
happened? Yeah, like meth or something. What's going on with
Yeah,
that guy?
and the next one too.
So, yeah, okay.
Pretty cool though. Pretty
But it
cool.
is pretty cool, yeah. Really is. To
Nice.
think that this wasn't around just, like, a year ago.
I know everything's coming in fast, right?
I know. It's crazy. Anyway.
So yeah, let me just show just something kind of features. So if I go back to make sure I add this favorites. Yeah, I think I added these as favorites. So yeah, add to stream. So I just want to remind people. So if you are there in the firefly.adobe.com and you're in this view, just remember to, if you go back a couple times, you're in the home area. And then with the home area, that's where you have the options of text to image, generative fill, and text effects. And then also you have gallery. So if you click on the menu top left, you have a nice gallery. And any image that you like, if you hover, you can try the prompt and it'll give you the prompt. And then, of course, you can add extra kind of descriptives to it to personalize a little bit more. And then, yeah, if you go to your favorites, then you'll see a series of favorites. So here's some other ones I did. This series of the skulls was influenced by Paul Trani.
Yeah,
Does that too. And then this one was the animals hid in the forest, which I think Karen might have given me some of the prompt ideas. These are pretty cool.
yeah.
And then different goth elf, alchemist with red dragon,
Oh, cool. What's
furry pink cat.
what's that city, futuristic city you have there? What was
Here.
called?
Floating residential area with AI controlled smart homes.
Wow.
There's an imposing goth elf.
Okay.
Angry elf. This one's pretty cool. It's like, could be a movie poster. Yeah, I've had fun. It's a lot of cool ones. Floating cats, Buddhas, sea monsters. So yeah, so if you save your favorites, they stay here. And then the about just gives you a general description about the different features and how they're kind of protecting creators first. Adobe's doing their best. And there's an FAQ, which also goes into, terms and policies. So do remember that while you're working on the Adobe Firefly beta, it's not for commercial use. So feel free to have fun, paste on social, but it's not to be used, say in work with other images that you are being paid for. So pretty cool stuff though. Adobe Firefly.
Did we notice that Levon said thanks for the green ice cream, by the way?
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, nice. Greetings from Germany. I wonder if that's Heinrich. So Heinrich's one of the Firefly 4 that we always do lives with.
Oh, man. That guy is, he's too smart.
Yeah, great stuff.
He can't be all human. I think he's part AI.
Okay, so let me see. Okay, go. Yep. So I wanted to share where you can find things. So first is Do remember you can get the Firefly beta at firefly.adobe.com. And let's see, I have the old Adobe Express. So the new Adobe Express is just with the word new in front, I believe. Yeah, new dot.
New dot. Yes.
Right. So let me get back here.
Yeah.
So instead of adobe.com/express, it would be new.adobe.express.
Right.
There's also a Adobe Firefly group on Facebook. So facebook.com/groups, Adobe Firefly. And come join my AI art and digital art group, facebook.com/groups, AI art digital art. And you may also have found this through the Photoshop and Lightroom group, which just passed 350,000 members.
Wow.
So pretty cool. Photoshop and Lightroom group, facebook.com/groups, Photoshop Lightroom group. And then for us on social, you can find John on Facebook at Pixelingo Media, on LinkedIn at Pixelingo, and on Instagram at Pixelingo JW. And then for me, consider subscribing for digital art focused, Photoshop and AI focused live streams and tutorials on my YouTube at youtube.com/digitalartdrew. That's Digital Art Drew on YouTube, youtube.com/digitalartdrew. And then I'm also on Instagram at Digital Artist Drew, and Behance, behance.net at Drew Cav.
He's everywhere.
That's right. Busy bee. Well, thank you, John. It was great. A lot of fun.
Thank you, Andrew. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Thanks, everyone, for attending. And as usual, keep your eye on the top featured post. And that's where the link to the recording will be. And I'll link to the recording on YouTube. So thanks, everybody. Keep an eye. And in general, always keep an eye on the top featured post in the groups for any news, contests, upcoming events. Thanks, everybody. Be well.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, John.
Enjoyed seeing everybody. And